Hey guys, what's up? It is Brandy here. I talk about minimalism, bipolar, emotional abuse, just random topics. Sometimes I bring my husband or my son on here. Uh, it's just a random type of video. But today I wanted to talk about minimalism and some of just the random stuff that I have been thinking of lately. So, the beginning of things, I wish I would have slowed down and taken my time. I was on the fast track of wanting to get things done right away. Now I'm finding out that I may have needed a second, backup of something. Something that serves like a multi-purpose is always great to have. But it's good to, I feel like, eliminate things, but in reverse. I don't like putting things in a box, and if I don't reach for them, then I put them out. I would rather have all of my stuff out, and whatever I use, I keep it out. And then once I get down to something that's a little less substantial, and I'm wishing like a closet, for example. If I wore all my clothes, I cleaned them, I tucked them away, the ones that I wore. And I was coming down to the bottom of my closet pile or whatnot, and I just really kind of thought, man, I don't have anything to wear, I don't want to wear that. Then that tells me that that's one that I probably need to get rid of. I find that it's easier after I've decluttered to do this, so to each their own. It may or may not work for you. If you guys have had problems trying to put things in a box, and like if you followed that recommendation, maybe try it the other way. I don't know. I just know it's all messy no matter which way you go. There's people that separate by category. There's people that separate by room. I just kind of like to do it as I go on many different levels. So my house may not look like clean all of the time. That is because, one, I'm constantly doing that, or two, I have a husband and son who are not minimalist. They don't take like a whole bunch of items up, but I have a lot less than they do. And the stuff that I'm putting out is becoming more and more. The less stuff that's being left over is less and less. However, I do find that, constantly growing, constantly wanting new things, change is always good. It's fun to mess around with things. But with that being said, I feel like I have lost a lot of money doing this. So some people that say, this is for the rich, I can kind of understand where people are coming from on that. Now, I wish I would have, and I am starting to do, trying to find, for example, with my clothes, taking an old t-shirt, making them into big rags. Instead of using paper towels, I try to reuse this. So it's more of a reusable type of thing. My son, my husband, they love paper towels. But if I can eliminate my use of it, that's going to make an impact on the world. And I know a lot of people on here are more zero waste. Like, it seems to me that there's a trend of veganism, zero waste, tiny house living, minimalism. There's like this whole thing, this category that people put us in. And yeah, I mean, if if you're into those things, that's great. I wanted to be more of a zero waster. However, I feel like putting that title on myself, it kind of makes me nervous. So what I want to be is more green. I am taking all of the food from the earth and putting it back into the earth. I have a house, so I can put it back in my garden, and I feel like it will make a difference this year when we grow our garden. And I hope to make that bigger this year, so we can eat from the earth instead of things that have been transported and chemically sprayed, or all sorts of stuff like that. And, you know, for those who have an apartment, you can take it to a farmer's market, keep it in your freezer in a big bucket or something like that, and you can take it to a farmer's market. A lot of people will like that, and buy your stuff from a local farmer while you're there to support, you know, where you're from. And the chances of it being fresh is hands down better than anything you're gonna get from the grocery store, in my opinion. So I don't want anyone to feel like they have to put pressure on themselves to fit into these categories if you're on this minimalism journey. I do feel like there's a lot of people who have minimalism on their brain that also have more of a conscience to want to better the world in general or themselves. And every little bit helps. I don't think for any time that if I went zero waste, I would be satisfied, because there is no way in my eyes to be 100% zero waste without recycling. So that's what I do. I recycle as much as I can. I try to pay attention to the packaging that my food comes in. I do shop for myself, and my husband shops for my son and himself, because they are meat eaters, and they like the sugary stuff and just different stuff that I don't like. Like, for example, right here, I have a list of things that I like to have, which is kombucha, I have bananas, apple cider vinegar, PB2, bananas, potatoes, whole wheat pasta, stevia, canned tomatoes. I love Cheerios, soy and almond milk, brown rice, wild rice, pink salt, rice noodles, carrots. Like, the list goes on and on and on. You can get a gist of the idea. A lot of those things can be either good for you. Oatmeal is another one. Like, that is probably my staple. Unsweetened applesauce. There's just a variety of things that you can do with these. Not only one is it healthy, it's better for me, I feel like. I decide to live this way because it's what feels right for me. And I think a lot of times people that are removing excess of their personal belongings find that it kind of streamlines into mental clutter and you know, internal clutter, just trying to better yourself as a whole, and actually opening your eyes to what's going on around the world and what kind of imprint we're leaving for our children, our children's children. You know, there's so much stuff ends up in the landfill that could have been recycled that wasn't, and that makes me very sad. And there's also, you can watch some documentaries, but there's animals, like, a lot of this pollution ends up in the ocean, and the animals are just popping up dead, you know, from you know, our laziness to not try to do anything about it. Littering is probably one of my top 10 pet peeves, I guess I would say. And I didn't grow up like that. I grew up with the exact opposite, I guess. You know, so this is just a random rant video, I guess, and I do want to let you guys know that I am still decluttering. A lot of the videos are probably going to be few and far in between. So if you have any questions, I can do like a Q&A. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of pop on here or there, or you'll see random videos that you probably, you know, you're like, why did I subscribe to this person? Well, it's probably because you're interested in minimalism, but I'm talking about bipolar, or you signed on here to because you're bipolar and you want to talk more about minimalism, or did I even say that right? I don't know. I just get super excited about this. Know that it's a lifestyle. Know that you're on your own journey, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It could end tomorrow, and that is why right now makes the present a present, you know, like a gift. It's truly a gift. And to think of anything less than happiness, which I am definitely guilty of from time to time. Distorted thinking is more of what I would call it, but to not appreciate the life that I've been given, or the chance of this happiness, to not allow myself to be happy in this world, it just makes me sad for people who have given up, I guess, feel stuck, stagnant. I hope that passions that they have deep within them, they find them, and learning to love yourself, because for the first time in my life, for the past year, 2 years, I've truly loved myself. I want to take care of this one body that I've been given, and I want to leave less of an impact on the earth. I want to be a good example for my son. I want to keep moving forward. Whichever way that leads me, that's great. I don't know where that leads me, and that sometimes makes me fearful. But if you are into minimalism and you have bipolar, then you know kind of the things that go on there. When you're hypo, you tend to spend more money, make poor decisions, and during depression, you kind of beat yourself up over those things that you've done. At least that's for me what I've come to know. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that... Okay, so that I think is all I have, but reduce, reuse, recycle as much as you can. If you can't find a use for it, I mean, even like scraps of material. I think like like I'm a huge dog lover. Dog shelters, I believe, take those. Towels, don't throw those out. Give them to animal shelters, please. I mean, those guys are stuffed in this little box, scared. They don't know what's going on, you know, but they have feelings. They're animals, and it just makes me sad to know that so many of them are put down because they can't be cared for. So anyway, this was all over the place, but I appreciate you watching if you've made it till the end. Like I said, I talk about a wide variety of things, so if you want to stick around, stick around. If not, then I hope you found something valuable from this video and that I didn't waste your time. But I do appreciate you watching, and I love you so, so much. And please know that if you do not feel loved, that you are very much loved by me today. I will hopefully see you later, and have a good day. Bye.